We're back?
We are 6 World Radio, and this is news.
Okay, we've been gone a long time and a lot happened.
Like cameras were found in changing rooms.
Like missing persons returned from their sabbatical in Singapore.
Like a fat man and his team were called prostitutes.
Oh, come on. Okay, let's start with that story. As per my understanding, General VK Singh is witty and sarcastic. And in one of those moods, he said that the Yemen rescue operation is not as exciting as his visit to Pakistan embassy. And immediately, Arnab Goswami and his hordes of pimply
journalists made a hashtag called hashtag VK Disaster, which, like all things Times Now touches these days, backfired and got turned around to hashtag Times Now Disaster and began to trend instead.
Then the good general landed a war-ending blow with one of his tweets.
He said, "Friends, what do you expect from these prostitutes? Last time Anand thought there was an O in the place of E. Hashtag Times Now Disaster."
I don't know what he was referring to, but this tweet became the most popular tweet in the thread and got retweeted 6,000 times. Get it? Times now.
Moving on, China wants its people to behave while traveling abroad.
Chinese tourists have made headlines recently with their disruptive behavior while traveling inside and outside the country.
Several have opened cabin doors of planes to protest flight delays. Well, that's the perfect way to protest flight delays. The official China daily newspaper noted that the arrest of 3 Chinese tourists over the weekend for taking lewd photos while vacationing in Japan. Well,
can we get those pics?
So now the provincial and national authorities contact tourists when they return home and work with them on fixing their conduct.
So it's like an AA meeting. You have a drink and then you talk about it?
What's wrong with you, man?
Rude. Moving on, the city of Lucknow is the first to purchase 5 weaponized drones that can spray pepper on a writing mob.
Well, on one hand, pepper spraying drones seem like a good investment for the state that has a complex history of communal clashes. But there are the concerns that it could get incredibly complicated for the drone operators to get a sense of the situation on the ground.
Not to mention the possibility of kids running after the damn thing screaming, "Aimo! Bokata!"
It's not a kite, man.
I know that. You know that. The government doesn't. Be quiet. More power to the people.
Speaking of power to the people, AIB stood up for net neutrality and fired shots against Airtel Zero.
What is Airtel Zero?
Airtel Zero is a plan which takes money from the big app developers and gives you their service for free. But then it doesn't allow the little app developers to grow by slowing them down and charging more for their services.
Until nothing is free. And they are running your lives. You want to eat? Airtel. You want to sleep? Airtel. You want to fart like the fat guy in the AIB video? Maybe you can.
Maybe I just did. Watch the AIB video. They do a better job explaining it.
Anyways, while we were away, people got upset.
Furious.
And the furious users started porting down Flipkart, who had happily jumped on the Airtel Zero boat.
Flipkart finally caved under the fast and furious pressure from the users, prompting clear trip to leave Facebook's internet.org plan too.
Meanwhile, Airtel kept saying it was all for net neutrality and said Airtel Zero platform is focused on offering customers free access to mobile apps, and the debate that the product violates principles of net neutrality is unrelated.
Why? Really? Then more than 3 lakh citizens petitioned the Telecom Regulatory Authority of India, TRAI, in the favor of net neutrality.
We did too, but it bounced back.
That's okay, man.
And since we're back, TRAI released a statement saying Airtel Zero plan prima facie violates the principles of net neutrality.
Actually, a senior TRAI official said, from the looks of it, Airtel Zero and many other plans, including Facebook's internet.org tie-up with Reliance Communications and the free WhatsApp Facebook offers by other telcos, seem to violate net neutrality.
Basically, if you want net neutrality, watch or listen to us. We are net neutrality.
All our other videos on the left, they're net neutrality too. And please subscribe to us if you like our content, because this is net neutrality.
And before we leave,
3, 2, 1.
All hail net neutrality!